Dogs are usually large creatures, but you wouldn't believe how big they can be. Some dogs are taller than people, others weigh more than wolves, and still others can even deal with a bear or pull a multi-ton load. It's worth a look. In this episode, I'll show you what the world's biggest dog can do, as well as show you other record-breaking dogs and tell you about the biggest dog breeds on the planet. Let's go. Zeus. Zeus is a good and fitting name for any large animal, and in this respect the record-breaking Zeus fully lived up to the name of the Greek god. He's considered one of the biggest dogs of all time. In 2011, Zeus was listed in the Guinness Book of World Records for his breathtaking size. He was 3.6 feet tall, weighing 154 pounds. Even on his four legs, Zeus was unbelievably big. But if he stood on his hind legs, he became a real giant. He was 7.3 feet tall in this position. He was very big, even in comparison to humans, let alone different interior objects and things, besides which Zeus looked like a giant. Zeus's owner had a difficult time. Every day they gave him about 33 pounds of food to keep him in shape and drove Zeus in a truck. He simply didn't fit into a small car. Sadly, the record breaker is no longer with us. He passed away in 2014 at the age of 5. But Zeus has a worthy successor. And interestingly enough, it's his namesake. A Great Dane named Zeus became the largest dog on the planet in 2022. The height of the 2-year-old giant is 3.4 feet. The owners paid attention to the size of the pet when he was still a baby. Even as a puppy, Zeus got distinguished by its incredible size and was the biggest in the litter. Zeus is clearly not going to stop there. He eats 12 cups of dog food for a big dog breed every day to stay in shape and be even bigger. Millie. It's hard not to notice Zeus wherever he is. He'll be visible from everywhere because it's impossible not to see such a giant. The same cannot be said for Miracle Millie, the exact opposite of the Great Dane record holder. Millie is the smallest dog on the planet. Naturally, she's a Chihuahua, no surprises there. Millie is literally times smaller than Zeus because her height is only 3.9 inches. She's so tiny that even glasses, sneakers, bills, balls, and so on seem big compared to her. Almost anything. And just think about it, Millie is an adult dog. Just imagine how miniature she was as a puppy. As Millie's owners say, then she was smaller than a smartphone. By the way, I compared her to Zeus for a reason. If it's impossible not to see Zeus, then Millie can be easily lost even in the low grass. Her owners say that this happens often, and because of that, Millie's not easy to deal with. Besides her size, Millie holds another record. She's the most cloned dog in the world. Scientists in South Korea created 49 genetically identical copies of Millie to understand why she's so tiny. Take a look at this attack of the clones. At the moment, Millie is already 11 years old, and by the standards of a Chihuahua, she can be considered adult and even a little elderly dog. And since the conversation turned to age, I suggest you take a look at the oldest dogs in the world. The all-time record holder is still not surpassed. This is a dog named Bluey, who lived in the early 20th century. This Australian Shepherd dog managed to live for 29 years. It's unknown whether the record will be broken. Most recently, in October of last year, a dog named Pebbles, who for a long time was considered the oldest dog on the planet, died. The toy fox terrier died at the age of 22. Well, as for the present, now the current record holder is a Chihuahua mix named Gino Wolf. The old lady is already 22 years old. The age is hefty, but she's still far from the all-time record holder. We wish Gino good health and setting a new record. Well, I suggest we move on to visually understandable records and take a look at the fastest dogs because speed is one of the dog's main qualities. Each dog has its own running technique, but hardly anyone can compare with a dog named Conjo. Conjo can run on 2 forepaws, and she does it very confidently and quickly. A few years ago, the dog even set a record by running 16.4 feet in 2.39 seconds. As for the classic runners, a whippet named Reese is currently considered the champion. The dog runs 100 yards or 91 meters in 5.7 seconds. This is a very cool result. See for yourself how the champion is running. However, there's nothing particularly surprising because whippets have long been famous for their running speed. Nevertheless, this breed cannot be called the fastest. Such is the greyhound. This English breed is the fastest dog in the world. Dogs of this breed can speed up to 42 to 45 miles per hour. For comparison, Whippets rarely speed up to 37 miles per hour. Greyhounds are bred as hunting dogs, so they can easily catch up with a game, for example a hare, and catch it. At the same time, the dogs themselves are not aggressive and behave very nicely outside the races and are considered excellent pets. Someone likes speed and someone likes strength. If you're one of the latter, then you'll definitely like the St. Bernard. These dogs are often called the strongest on the planet, and for good reason. For example, there's data on a St. Bernard named Rates Brandy Bear. In 1978, he set an incredible record. The dog moved a cart weighing more than 6,394 pounds in 90 seconds. He moved it a distance of 4.5 meters, and not on snow, not on ice, but on concrete. At the same time, the weight of the dog itself was only 176 pounds. For such power, Rates was listed in the Guinness Book as the strongest dog in the world. Unfortunately, there are no videos with this record, but there are a lot of videos on which other St. Bernards carry heavy loads, and they pull them quite quickly and deftly. St. Bernards are very powerful and confident dogs that can stand up for themselves, but at the same time will be affectionate to their owners, with proper training, of course. The incredible strength of the St. Bernard is largely explained by the size of the dog, because this breed is considered one of the largest in the world. I suggest we move on to where we started and take a look at the real giants from the world of dogs. Stay tuned to see the largest and strongest dog breeds on the planet. English Mastiff. The English Mastiff is an ancient breed of dog, the largest dog in Europe, the largest of Mastiffs, as well as the largest dog breed in the world. That's how many titles it has. But they're all deserved, because these Mastiffs are really huge. Their height is not less than 29.5 inches, and their weight is not less than 154 pounds. Often, the mass of these English dogs exceeds 220 pounds, and the height reaches almost 3.2 feet. To make it clearer, this is the size of a gray wolf, the largest of all wolves. It's among the dogs of this breed that one of the most impressive record holders of all time can be found. Talking about a dog named Zorba, he went down in history as the heaviest and tallest dog in the world. The giant's height was 37 inches, and his weight was 345 pounds. He was just an incredible giant. As for ordinary English Mastiffs, they can be excellent guards, as well as devoted companions and family friends. The dog feels its size well and is aware of it, so it takes it out not on the owners or children, but only on enemies and intruders. Irish Wolfhound. These dogs are even bigger than English Mastiffs, at least in terms of height. After all, they have it starting from at least 31 inches, and the weight is rather big as well, about 121 pounds. Well, what did you want? How else do you deal with a real wolf? These Irish are the real wolfhounds and have long been used for hunting wolves and deer. Seeing a gray wolf, the Irish Wolfhound goes berserk, becomes a demon, and doesn't calm down until it destroys it. However, sometimes these Irish guys can just play with wolves, especially if they live together. Despite its large size, fearlessness, ferocity, and power, at home with its owner and in free time from hunting, the Irish Wolfhound is a very affectionate, patient, and even phlegmatic dog. One phrase speaks best about this breed: at home, it's a sheep; on the hunt, it's a lion. Caucasian Shepherd Dog. If the Irish Wolfhound is compared with a lion and a sheep, then the Caucasian Shepherd Dog is often compared with a bear. They're similar in many ways. Both are strong, both have thick fur, and both are huge. The Caucasian Shepherd Dog is one of the largest dogs in the world. These dogs can weigh up to 242.5 pounds or more, and their height reaches 29.5 inches. For a long time, dogs of this breed have been actively used for grazing livestock, protecting the farm, the house, and its inhabitants. That's why the Caucasian Shepherd Dog has a developed instinct for protecting the territory and all family members. It can protect itself and its owners from anyone. Being a wolfhound, the Caucasian Shepherd Dog easily deals with dangerous wolves and instantly eliminates the threat. It can even fight with a bear. And not just to fight with it, but also defeat it. At least the Caucasian Shepherd Dog is able to chase the impudent creature from its territory. In this, it's helped by incredible strength, assertiveness, as well as loud barking. At the same time, the Caucasian Shepherd Dog can become a wonderful pet that will be friendly with its owners. But for this, one will have to try hard. The giant will only obey the unconditional leader with a strong character. French Mastiff. Perhaps the most famous French dog is the poodle. These dogs are small, decorative, and do not inspire fear at all. But this fellow country dog of theirs do inspire fear. The French Mastiff is a large dog that weighs at least 110 pounds. The body of the representatives of this breed is slightly squat. It's big and muscular. Of course, the large size makes this dog very strong, but these French guys are also unpredictable. French Mastiffs have a low boiling point and engage in a fight even if they're not provoked. And the fight, believe me, will be deadly. The grip, jaws, and teeth of these predators are very strong. On the other hand, with proper training and attention, the French Mastiff becomes calm and balanced, so it can become an excellent defender and an ideal friend. That's all, guys. Tell everybody in the comments about your favorite dog breed. Thank you for watching, and see you later.